Alright team, life throws curveballs. 1 minute it's normal, the next, an emergency. In these critical moments, your training and mental toughness are key. Survival isn't just about enduring the elements, it's about clarity and decisive action under pressure, no matter where you are. This is about being ready for the unexpected, transforming potential chaos into a managed situation. You need to be sharp, focused, and ready to make the tough calls. Today we're diving into a crucial survival skill: understanding and executing emergency protocols. These aren't just rules, they're your roadmap through a crisis, designed to protect you and others. Knowing these steps instinctively can be the critical factor. This knowledge empowers you, giving you control when everything else feels out of control. It's about turning fear into focused action, ensuring you make the right calls when every second is vital. These are the skills that see you through the darkest moments. Remember this and let it burn into your mind. In the event of an emergency or accident, it is essential to follow the established procedures. These aren't suggestions, they are hard-earned lessons, often forged in the crucible of real-life crises, designed to maximize safety and ensure the best possible outcome. Deviating from them can have serious, life-altering consequences. So, stay sharp, listen closely, because what you learn today could one day save a life, maybe even your own. This is your ultimate survival guide for the modern wilderness. Right. The moment an emergency explodes into reality, your first instinct, your primary action, must be to get the professionals rolling. This isn't a time for hesitation or second guessing. Every single second wasted is a second lost for those who are trained to handle these critical situations, whether it's a medical crisis, a fire, or a security threat. Think of it as launching your rescue flare in the wilderness. It's the signal that brings the cavalry, the experts who know how to navigate the storm. Having those emergency numbers, police, ambulance, specific site emergency contacts, not just in your phone but seared into your brain or physically accessible in an instant, is non-negotiable. It's your first, most powerful tool in the fight back against any crisis. Don't ever assume someone else has made the call. Take the initiative, be the one to act. You are the first link in the chain of survival, and that call is what forges the connection to vital life-saving help. It's a heavy responsibility, but one you must be ready to shoulder. When you make that call, clarity is king. Your adrenaline will be pumping, but you need to fight through it. Speak as calmly and clearly as you can. Provide your exact location. Be precise: landmarks, room numbers, anything to help them find you fast. Describe the nature of the emergency, what happened, how many people are involved, and any specific dangers still present, like live wires or unstable structures. The more accurate and detailed information you can relay, the better prepared the emergency services will be when they arrive on scene. Imagine them navigating through a storm. Your clear communication is their guiding light, their first intelligence report from the ground. Stay on the line if it's safe to do so, and if they instruct you to. Answer their questions precisely. This isn't just a phone call, it's an active part of the rescue operation. Remember, these incredible men and women are racing towards you, but the information you provide is their first assessment of the battlefield. Make it count, make it clear, make it fast. This single act can dramatically alter the outcome for everyone involved. Now, once that critical call is made and help is on its way, your attention might turn to those injured. The human instinct to help is powerful, and in many situations, providing immediate first aid can be the difference between life and death. However, and I cannot stress this enough, your own safety is paramount. You are no good to anyone if you become another casualty. Before you even think about approaching a victim, you must assess the scene for ongoing dangers. Are there live electrical wires? Is there a risk of fire, explosion, or structural collapse? Is the air breathable? Are there hazardous materials present? You must be absolutely certain that the immediate area is safe for you to enter. This isn't being selfish, it's being smart, it's being a survivor. A rescuer who gets injured only adds to the burden on the incoming professional teams. If, and only if, the scene is secure, then you can consider providing first aid, but only to the level of your training. Basic life support, checking airway, breathing, circulation, controlling severe bleeding, these are skills everyone should have some familiarity with. Even simple actions like keeping a victim calm, warm, and reassuring them that help is coming can make a huge difference. But don't attempt procedures you're not trained for. You could inadvertently cause more harm. Your role is to bridge that gap until the paramedics arrive, to stabilize, not to perform complex medical interventions. Remember, the golden rule here is first, do no harm. Your courage to act must be tempered with caution and a realistic assessment of your capabilities and the surrounding environment. Protect yourself to protect others. This is a tough one because your instinct might scream at you to move an injured person away from what seems like immediate danger, or to get them to a hospital faster. But listen to me. Unless there is an imminent, life-threatening hazard that cannot be controlled, like a rapidly spreading fire or an unstable structure about to collapse, you generally do not move a victim, especially if there's any suspicion of a head, neck, or spinal injury. Moving someone improperly can take a survivable injury and make it catastrophic, causing permanent paralysis or even death. It's a brutal truth, but one you need to understand. Professional medical personnel are trained in specialized techniques and have the right equipment like spinal boards and neck braces to immobilize and transport a casualty safely. They know how to assess for these hidden dangers. Think of the spine as a delicate electrical cable. One wrong bend can sever the connection. Your job, if the scene is safe, is to make the victim as comfortable as possible, to protect them from the elements if necessary, and to continue monitoring their condition, their breathing, their consciousness. Reassure them that help is on its way and that the best thing for them is to remain still. If you absolutely must move someone due to an immediate, unavoidable threat, you do it with extreme caution, trying to keep the head, neck, and back aligned as much as humanly possible. But this is a last resort, a desperate measure. The professionals are trained for this. Trust their expertise. Waiting for them, even when it feels agonizingly slow, is almost always the safest course of action for the injured party. Chapter 4. Facing the Inferno, Calling the Fire Brigade. Fire. It's one of humanity's oldest fears, and for good reason. It can spread with terrifying speed, consuming everything in its path, creating toxic smoke and unimaginable heat. In any situation where fire is involved, or there's a significant risk of one, perhaps after an explosion, a chemical spill, or if you detect smoke or the smell of burning, your immediate action, alongside ensuring your own safety and alerting others, is to call the fire department. Don't assume it's a small fire you can handle yourself. Fires can escalate incredibly quickly, and what seems manageable one moment can be an uncontrollable inferno the next. The professionals have the training, the protective gear, and the specialized equipment to tackle blazes that would overwhelm anyone else. Time is absolutely critical. The sooner they are alerted, the sooner they can deploy and begin their operations. When you call, just like with any emergency call, be clear and concise. Give your exact location. Describe what is on fire or what you're observing. Smoke, flames, smells. Mention if you know whether anyone is trapped or in immediate danger. This information helps them determine the scale of the response needed, what kind of equipment to bring, and the urgency of the situation. If you're in a building, activate the nearest fire alarm as you evacuate. This alerts everyone else. Your primary responsibility is to get yourself and others to safety, and then to ensure the fire service is on its way. Don't be a hero trying to fight a growing fire with inadequate equipment. Your best weapon against a fire once you're safe is that phone call to the experts. They are the true fire tamers, the ones who run towards the danger you must escape. Chapter 5. The Waiting Game, Holding Fast for the Professionals. Alright, you've made the calls, you've assessed for immediate dangers, perhaps you've administered essential first aid. Now comes one of the hardest parts in any emergency, waiting. Waiting for the cavalry, the emergency teams to arrive. In these moments, adrenaline is still coursing through your veins, your mind might be racing, and every second can feel like an eternity. But this is where composure and clear thinking are absolutely vital. Panic can spread like wildfire. So it's crucial to remain as calm as possible, both for your own sake and for anyone else involved. If you're with others, your calm demeanor can be a stabilizing force. Keep observing the situation. Is the environment changing? Are there new hazards emerging? Is the victim's condition worsening? This ongoing assessment is crucial information you can relay to the emergency services when they arrive. Your role now is to prepare for their arrival. If possible, and if it's safe to do so, send someone to meet the emergency services, to guide them to the exact location of the incident. Clear pathways if you can. Keep onlookers away to give the professionals space to work. When they do arrive, let them take charge immediately. They are the trained experts. Provide them with a concise, accurate summary of what happened, what actions you've taken, and the current status of any victims. Then step back and let them do their job, unless they specifically ask for your assistance. Don't clutter the scene. Your actions up to this point have been critical, but now it's time to transition that responsibility to the highly skilled individuals who dedicate their lives to handling these crises. Your courage got you this far, now trust their expertise. Chapter 6. Path to Safety, Mastering Evacuation Procedures. Sometimes the only way to survive an emergency is to get out, to evacuate. Whether it's a fire, a chemical spill, a bomb threat, or a natural disaster, knowing and following established evacuation procedures can be the absolute key to your survival and the safety of those around you. Most workplaces and public buildings will have designated emergency exits, assembly points, and evacuation plans. Familiarize yourself with these before an emergency strikes. Know your primary escape route and always have a secondary one in mind because your first choice might be blocked by fire, smoke, or debris. During an evacuation, move calmly but quickly. Don't run, as that can cause panic and lead to trips and falls, further complicating the situation. And critically, do not use elevators during a fire evacuation. They can become death traps if power fails or they open onto a floor filled with smoke. As you evacuate, alert others around you. A shout of "fire" or "evacuate" can save lives. If it's safe to do so, assist those who may need help, such as individuals with disabilities or the elderly. But remember, your own safety remains paramount. Once you are outside and clear of the building or danger zone, proceed directly to your designated assembly point. This is crucial because it allows emergency responders and company officials to account for everyone, to know who is safe and who might still be missing. Don't wander off. Don't re-enter the building for any reason, not for belongings, not for anything, until the all clear is given by the authorities. Possessions can be replaced, lives cannot. Following these procedures isn't just about ticking boxes, it's about a collective effort to ensure everyone gets to safety. It's about order in chaos. Chapter 7. Chain of Command, Notifying Your Supervisor. In any emergency, particularly in a workplace setting, once the immediate life safety actions have been taken, the emergency services called, first aid rendered if safe, evacuation procedures followed. There's another vital step, notifying your immediate supervisor or the person in charge. This isn't about bureaucracy when lives are on the line. It's a critical part of the overall incident management process. Your supervisor needs to know what has happened as soon as possible so they can initiate further company protocols, account for personnel, manage communication, and coordinate with emergency services on a broader level. They may have access to information or resources that you don't, which could be vital in the ongoing response or in the aftermath. This communication is a key link in the organizational chain of command. Think of it this way: you're the operative on the ground, the first responder within your immediate sphere. Your supervisor is like your field commander. They need accurate intelligence from the front line to make strategic decisions. When you notify them, provide clear, factual information. What happened, when, where, who was involved, what actions have been taken, and the current situation. Don't speculate or spread rumors. Stick to the facts. This allows them to make informed decisions, to perhaps escalate the response if necessary, to manage internal and external communications, and to ensure that all necessary support mechanisms are activated. It also helps in the post-incident investigation and in learning lessons to prevent future occurrences. So, remember, after the dust settles a little and immediate threats are managed, make that call or get that message to your supervisor. It's a crucial step in ensuring a comprehensive and coordinated response. Outrow beyond the horizon, staying ready, staying alive. So there you have it, essential emergency protocols. These steps aren't just theory, they're practical, life-saving actions. Internalize them, practice them in your mind, discuss them with your team, your colleagues, your family. True preparedness isn't just about knowing the path, it's about having the courage and the clarity to walk it confidently when the time comes, when the pressure is on. In any survival situation, whether you're facing the raw power of nature in the untamed wild, or an unexpected urban crisis, your ability to think clearly, to remain calm, and to act decisively is your greatest asset. These protocols are your framework for that decisive action, turning you from a potential victim of circumstance into an active agent of safety and survival. Now let's hammer this home, because it's fundamental. It is crucial to identify the nearest emergency telephone numbers and service locations. The CECOM, Emergency and Communication Center, is a structure that receives, stores, and manages data from the Field Exit Plan, PSC PREM, essential for managing data for emergency response. This isn't just bureaucratic talk, it's the absolute backbone of an effective, coordinated emergency response. Knowing how to access these systems, understanding their role, means you're not just a bystander, you're an informed, capable part of the solution, a vital cog in the complex machinery of rescue, recovery, and resilience. This knowledge transforms you into a more effective survivor. Stay vigilant, stay prepared, and never ever underestimate the power of knowledge and quick, decisive thinking. The wild can teach us so many profound lessons about resilience, adaptation, and survival. And believe me, these principles apply just as much to the emergencies we face in our everyday lives. Equip yourself with this knowledge, carry it with you always like your most trusted survival tool, and you'll be ready to face whatever challenges come your way. You've got this. Stay safe out there and always look after each other. I'm Joao Tiago. Thanks for joining me on this vital mission.